With each passing day, India's youth-led Cockroach movement seems to swell. As the sit-in by anti-corruption campaigners grows in central Delhi, opposition lawmakers relaying their call for the education minister to resign over the leaking of exam tests. The standoff growing, with the Supreme Court refusing to hear a police brutality petition launched after Monday's crackdown on those who tried to reach Parliament.
If the government doesn't agree, millions more will come to Delhi, because this time will not hold back, will not stay silent. We have seen too much, we have witnessed too much, we have experienced too much. 20th July ko, the way the police behaved, we have seen it all now. So the government really needs to get its act together, otherwise the youth of this country is going to take them down.
For more, let's cross to the Indian capital and correspondent Sarah Jacobs. Sarah, what's the latest?
Well, defying the government, protesters continue to sit in at the Jantar Mantar in New Delhi. According to reports on social media from protesters on the ground, they're saying they can see a visible increase in the number of security personnel deputed there. We're also hearing that at least 16 metro stations in and around that protest area have been shut down. The government has cited security concerns for this, but really what this would mean is that it would make it very hard for anybody wanting to join the protests to do so. In Parliament today, the update is that opposition MPs, to show solidarity with the protesters, arrived in Parliament wearing black. And really, there has been no response, or there's no news yet about the government's reaction to the demands by the protesters that were put down in a letter that they submitted to the health minister when they met with him, about 24 hours ago. But really, the sketchy details that we are able to provide in response to your question is a story in itself. It tells a story of India today. Normally, when you see protests of such a size, you would see it covered back-to-back extensively by the mainstream media. But this time round, this really has exposed a story about a complete lack of belief in the mainstream media. Protesters on the ground say that the mainstream media, they're really just lapdogs of this government. They're just voices of the government. They say that for the past few weeks while they've been protesting, the mainstream media has not shown up to cover their story in an attempt to undermine them, to show that they're not really significant. And now that the mainstream media has shown up, they're being booed and ushered out of the protest sites with a chance of them being Modi media.